Welcome to Cannabis School. I'm your host, Jesse Angeles.
And I'm Brandon Elder.
And we're here to talk to you about everything pertaining to cannabis, from vape,
Flower,
edibles,
strains,
and everything in between.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm a little spacey right now.
Yeah.
We did a review on another strain earlier. I took a bunch of CBD to kind of break me out of it, and I'm kind of spacey a little bit. So
That's okay. I feel like this one might help with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But before we get into that one, quick shout out to all our Patreon members.
Mad love.
We thank you guys so much. It's so appreciated. It's appreciated because you believe in us quite a bit. And even if it's $1 a month, you guys have come through. We appreciate it. It's not like we're making a living on that by any means, you know.
But it helps us reach more people.
It really does.
So.
We turn around, we put that right back into being able to reach out to more people like you. So we really appreciate it. And thank you so much.
Yeah. This week it's kind of an exciting strain. I'm excited at least.
Yeah. And it is, before we go into that one, just a quick shout before we get into this, Sunsoil. Man, you guys are awesome. I'm already feeling it come down. I was pretty elevated from the last strain.
And we've learned this, especially in this week. CBD really helps you come down.
Oh,
So if you guys are having moments that you find that you get really high or super anxious, or you're getting back into cannabis, have some CBD around, because those first times back into it, you can experience a lot more anxiety, a lot more of those crazy highs that maybe you're not ready for.
yeah. It's nothing to be played with for sure. But
Sunsoil is fantastic for that. So
I'll
I'll have a link below. Go check them out.
Yeah, definitely go check them out.
20% off your first order. So.
Yeah. Oh, also, lemon juice has, we've talked about it coming down, but I experienced having a little too much. Apparently I told you about Jack Herrera I was smoking, and it got bad. I started getting real panicky, and I took about 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and within about 5-10 minutes, my racing heart was gone. So very cool stuff, right?
Yeah. So if you have the racing heart and that is what makes you panicky, maybe you just take some lemon juice with it, and that can help bring down that racing heart that you're feeling.
Yeah, and just play around with the dosing to make sure that you're getting the right amount. But other than that, I mean, it's great to have a bunch of vitamin C in your system, and it's also to have good CBD in your system every day. So check it out. This strain is called
Trop Cherry.
Trop Cherry. What the hell is a trop?
It's short for Tropicana.
Oh.
Yeah, Tropicana Cherry.
I like Tropicana Cherry because Trop Cherry sounds like the sound it makes falling off a tree. Just trop.
Yeah, it's mixed with Tropicana cookies and cherry cookies.
So that
F3 version.
Kind of sounds like this is like an upper one as far as it. So, that's cool. So this is a sativa leaning strain.
Yeah, sativa leaning hybrid, but really good energy, really get shit done. I feel like I was incredibly productive yesterday while rocking this strain.
Nice.
Jesse's checking out the Dab Tech Duo X, and it's on sale right now for $159.
Dude, that's cool. So this has a very this has the same structure as another dab rig that I've tried.
The Core Crossing 2.0.
The Core Crossing, yeah. And that one's really cool. It's got kind of like that old style glass milk jug.
Yeah, I love that.
But
that just reminds me of the Puffco top.
Yeah,
almost.
and that's what it's actually. It's either Puffco or the Dr. Dabber. So
the Dr. Dabber now has one that's smaller.
There we go. There we go. So that's heating up. I've been, for dabs, it's still a nice kind of offset. I will say that sometimes when consuming flower all the time can be a little rough on the throat. That burning. And so even though that concentrates do provide slightly different experience, it's also something that really can just be awesome. The whole thing. So I really like it, and I like the longevity of having a dab.
Yeah, I like that they last for hours because I feel like I go through less product that way than I do if I'm using a lot of the other ones. So dabs have been quite the lifesaver as far as like managing pain and stuff more effectively.
So this dab rig is freaking awesome. I love it. I like the little opening. I think that's sweet because it's just.
So today I'm actually going to be using the Zenco Duo.
Yeah, we had to switch real quick.
Yeah, I had to switch because the battery on the other one I was going to be using, I didn't charge it. So the thing that's been asked in a lot of social media and things about the Zenco, whenever I post about it, is practicality. How practical is the Zenco Duo? Is it just more gimmicky, or is it a device that I use regularly? Like, am I going back to this as a regular device? And I'm going to tell you, I go to this regularly.
Yeah, I would say you use it quite a bit. I'll bring on to show sometime either with the 510 or that.
I do concentrates.
Yeah, the concentrate. And that's one of the things that Brandon's really liked about is the use of concentrates in this, because it just, you're dosing it out the way that you want to, not from a cart.
Yeah. So after the first little bit, after we had done the first couple using 510 threads, I realized the experience is so much better for concentrates. And you can hear it has that little fan, makes that little noise and just kind of fills it up.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. I mean, depending on, now they got the giant
sommelier wine glass.
Yeah, and that is a lot.
It is.
You think about volume.
A beast. It's a ton of smoke.
Yeah, it's a lot of smoke. So when you're looking at these devices, just think about that. When Brandon said, I'm using it for concentrates, and check this out. That's just cool. Right? But he's not getting, like, if that was from a cart.
It's just harsher.
It's harsher, but it's not anywhere close to the same dose because you're measuring your dose. I'm
probably getting more from my concentrate because I'm going to put more in there than I'd get from a cart. But the experience is always better, I feel like, from the concentrate than the cart.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Hands down.
Gosh.
So
yeah, I would agree because, a cart makes you feel like you're eating fast food, right? I always say like flour is like a home cooked meal. But in between is a decent steakhouse. That's a steakhouse.
Okay, so you took a hit?
Yeah, I took several.
Where do you feel that right now?
Oh, I feel it in my back, up in my neck, and down my spine.
This?
Yeah.
It's like it hit me right in the back of the head.
Yeah.
And went down.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm feeling it now. Like it hit here and went down, which is super cool. Very open, like illuminating type of strain. And what I mean by that is that colors are brighter. The flavor is awesome.
I get like coconutty hints in the back of it.
I think of Hawaiian punch almost in a weird way too. Like I get these like tropical note, like almost pineapple-y.
Yeah.
I'm getting that a little bit, which is really awesome.
It gets like berry, tropical, and tea kind of flavors.
Fruit punch.
High
C fruit punch.
It's such an amazing
Hawaiian punch. Yeah. Hawaiian
experience.
Punch.
But I bet through a water like system, it's a little bit cooler and even smoother.
It was really nice. And I will say that it's the
Duvo X.
Duvo X.
Yeah.
It's from DabTech. Very cool. Super small. The one thing I really like about this is the weight
of that carb cap.
Yeah, this base is almost identical to the Crossing Core, like functionality, even this. But I really like that. I mean, there's other dab rigs that I've tried that are really cool, like the Utilian. Like that thing is it's like a freaking alien. So neat.
It's super cool.
This too, however, I really like this cone. I didn't think I'd like this as much as I have enjoyed this right now.
Really?
Oh yeah, because I already know that this is not hard to clean. This is very easy to clean, but it's just a great experience.
And it's small. I love how
it really is.
How like handheld that is.
Yeah, it's tiny and it's got this rubber coating around it, but with the bowl, like, I mean, it's great temperature control on this, and it'll time out after so much, but it's really good. It's really, really good.
This one's really known for like euphoric, creative, and uplifted. That's why I felt like I was so productive yesterday. I was just like really happy got a lot of shit done, felt incredibly focused. So it was like a very good daytime kind of strain.
So tropical. Just,
Yeah. Very delicious flavors.
oh my gosh. There's pineapple, there's berries.
But it's known for dry eyes and dry mouth.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling dry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's drying me out. It gets really good though. Wow.
So this one actually took first place in the Cannabis Cup in Michigan 2022. Yeah.
There's my stamp of approval.
I know. Jesse's approved.
That's awesome. I love it. Wow. In a concentrate. I mean, carts always, I mean, they can adjust everything and all that, you know, when you get the cart to make sure that it tastes a certain way, or at least the flavor, the smells are there. But this, my goodness, I'm feeling this in my lats, real stiff, right in my back. Not in a bad way. It's just, it's making me feel like I got to stand up. I might have been leaning away from the microphone for a second there, but it just at first, but now it's so good.
You know, one of the most reported effects that this one's actually used for? Anxiety.
Yeah, I can see that. Because, and that's what a lot of people have that misconception that sativa is going to make me feel real super anxious. Some
can, yes.
Same with indicas.
Mm-hmm. Just depends on the strain.
Yeah, the last indica that we took. Yeah, you know, totally.
Mendo breath definitely got a lot more.
Yeah, but
not like heart racing.
No, but it was just more body feeling, but I didn't get the heart racing. Well, that's the anxiety that you feel. Your blood pressure raises when you use cannabis. And the most important thing to remember when that starts to happen is don't freak out. It's your body trying to get it through the system. Introduce something that will be able to bring that down, like lemon juice. It's really enjoyable. I like the feel.
I'm surprised that we get that many tropical notes from it, just from the like caryophyllene, limonene, and pinene.
Yes, I would think that the limonene is really high in this.
It is, but the caryophyllene is the highest one.
That's weird.
Yeah,
because I don't got the peppery at all.
No, like it's a very sweet, very sweet strain. And we're sipping on these cycling frog drinks. They're Delta 9 and hemp infused. They're 5 milligrams of THC and 10 milligrams of CBD. Right now, if you go check it out, we have a giveaway, and you can win 5 6-packs from them.
That's
for a whole flight.
I've got wild cherry.
I've got black currant.
I've saw that they have a grapefruit one on there, and I was like, damn, I want that. This cherry's awesome.
Put that in my mouth.
It's a very clean flavor. It just tastes good.
Made with all natural fruit juices and real THC.
Yeah. The whole can is 5
milligrams, and then 10 milligrams of CBD.
Yeah, it's really good. It's they've got a fun brand too.
Oh, it goes great with these Tropicana Cherry.
Yeah, dude, this is great. I like more than the flavor. I like the euphoria that I'm getting with it as well. I'm getting a slight delay in eye movement. You know what I'm talking about?
Interesting.
When you go like this, and it just takes like a millisecond
of hesitation.
It just goes whoop. Yeah, because like I get a little bit of that. Now it might be from a little bit of the after effect of the last strain, but I don't think so. Immediate change in my posture, immediate change in my mood. We were talking about something that was very serious before we got on.
Oh yeah,
and it was a great discussion, but it was getting pretty serious. And this totally kind of lifted off, going, "Hey, maybe you don't need to talk about all that serious shit right now." And it wasn't a
more
bad
euphoric
thing.
strain. Yeah.
Yeah. It just brings you right out.
Lighten the mood. And
great for depression.
Yeah.
Gosh, especially right now, guys, we're getting into fall.
Yeah, winter time's coming up real soon.
Yeah. I mean, for some of us around the world that listen to us, you know
it's
what?
Summertime.
Yeah. You're like, it's about time.
Australia, yeah, it's getting summery.
Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get over there and start enjoying the water. That'd be fantastic. Yeah. So, but I mean, it is an uplifting strain, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Something definitely great right before you're about to have a really serious discussion with somebody.
That's true.
Because then you could be able to go, look, I'm not going to get emotional about this.
Or if you've been in a funk. Like it's a really
Yeah.
good strain, help boost you out of that funk.
Yeah.
So, if you've been kind of in a slump or something, check out Tropicana cookies. Or Tropicana Cherry.
Tropicana Cherry.
I believe we did Tropicana cookies a while back.
We did, but it didn't give the notes that this is giving right here because that one, I don't know what was in that strain. Actually, I can't remember for the life of me at the moment, but this is just different. And in a concentrate form, that's getting so much closer to the actual plant. So you can imagine those first, hits that you get off that bowl, you're going to get these notes. Like this is very similar to me, like key lime pie. Key lime pie was absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
It was so good. Or maybe it's just key lime. I'm thinking it's key lime pie.
I think it was a key lime pie.
But it was so like citrusy. It was limey.
Mm.
Do you remember that? Because
it had really good flavor.
And that was from the bowl. Like you imagine having that in a concentrate.
That's one thing I will say. I love the experience from flower. That's always my favorite, my go-to. But the better flavors and terpenes you get in a concentrate.
Yeah.
Not in a cartridge, in a concentrate.
Yeah. When we mention a cartridge, we're thinking distillate, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
well, even like
you can get like a saucepan or anything like that, but still.
I feel like even if you have a rosin or anything else, the flavors that come from a cartridge, a 510 thread, are not the same flavors that you get from a 100% temperature controlled concentrate. And if you get a concentrate, I feel like there's so much more preserved in that. They're not having to make it thin enough to go through a cart.
Yeah.
You can just scoop it out. I always feel like the experience is better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd agree.
But yeah, I love the flavor profiles that you can get when using like an e-rig.
Oh, dude, this is awesome. I really like it. That's why I had to sit back because I was just like, because I felt me stand up, but I'm like, this is a sativa that makes me feel really relaxed. But just aware this, I often think about like how my life was different before cannabis and how much I used to lose my temper. I grew up in a very old school home. And, kids these days don't know what it's like. Some do. And I won't say it's unfortunate. It's just part of what's going on. That's just residue from their shit growing up. And that's residue from our parents' shit and their parents' shit and so on and so forth.
We're all just a product of our circumstances.
And it's good to have that kind of balance in between that. And I think that that's what cannabis has done for me on that side. Because I don't, it's easy to go, I use cannabis because of anxiety or depression or anything like that. But what if you were just saying like, look, and this would be a funny condition if you're in a medical state going, hey, I'm kind of an asshole and I lose my shit randomly. And when I do, it's not good. It's not good. It's me like getting close to hitting my kids kind of feel. I don't want to feel like that. I don't want to be like that.
No.
Is there anything that you could give me for that one? Yeah. Trop Cherry, because that's fucking badass, right? Because you think about it, it just puts me in the best mood. Great sativas for me are like, cool. It's not like I can't connect with my children, but we tend to forget that we were children once too.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing as a parent is forgetting. I was just like that.
Yeah. I probably annoyed the shit out of my parents. Guaranteed. Yeah. But I shouldn't have to feel like that though. I shouldn't have to feel that I'm constantly being annoyed by these dependents. Because that's what they are. If you're not spending time with your kids in any way, shape, or form throughout the week, because we know we got busy lives. We know we got a lot of trouble in our lives. Right. Some of you have been laid off. Right? Some of you are like, oh shit, what am I going to do for Christmas?
Yeah, it's a whole other stress of things that they're trying to figure out.
We're there right now. I mean, and it's good to know that you can be able to find that light. And I think that's something that's forgotten a lot about there. It's just like, look, I don't want to be an uptight asshole. Can I do that? Because nobody who is an uptight asshole sees themselves as an uptight asshole.
No.
But cannabis has a great way of being able to make it very introspective and looking into yourself and going, wow, you know, I mean, yeah, you really want to do some hardcore shit? Great. Go ayahuasca, shit your guts out, throw up all
take some full mushroom trip
yeah,
or something.
totally. If that's what you need to do. But I
some ego death.
Yeah. But I like this because this is so introspective right now. This strain right now, it's very introspective because I'm thinking like, you know, how could I be just a little bit better? Because I don't know anybody who's just like, gosh, you know, I can't wait for today because I'm going to be a dick to at least 8 people that I meet, new people.
Yeah, right.
All the regulars, they get nothing but an asshole.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
But now I have to up my game, increase it by 8 new people.
Yeah, I got to keep pissing people off.
Yeah.
No one walks out with that, but all of us genuinely want to connect with other people. And sometimes we're just so wound tight that everything comes unraveling. For me as a parent, I've lost my shit with my kids when they were younger and I was younger. But the more cannabis I introduced to my life, the less pissed I got, the more of I need to chill out, to teach myself that. Do I need to go smoke every time because something happens? No. But it's taught me is to be able to go, okay, you're okay. This is going to be okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's dying at the moment. And yes, feelings are high. So let's take a step back. That's what cannabis does for me. If it's a really hard thing and a strain like Tropicana Cherries, it's a really good reprieve. Like what's the good of not taking care of that, right? For those who probably told their family member like, hey, listen to this podcast, kind of get a firsthand experience of what these strains are like for the body and what these 2 different individuals are feeling.
Well, like you said, even growing up, I was very reactive. Yeah. And cannabis has allowed me to slow it down, take a step back and not always be so reactive. Because, yes, I'm still a product of my parents, but I try and catch myself and not show up as my parents.
Yeah, and not to say that our parents, you know, fucked up or anything like that. They didn't. They did the best of what they could.
Because at the same time,
that's what we're doing.
They were a product of their parents.
Yeah.
And they were a product of their parents. And that's always how it is.
It's eventually gotten not even necessarily to a better state, but to a more conscious state. Because, you know, you ask your parents, like, do you remember this? And do you remember that? Like some horrible shit that you remember as a kid.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, I don't remember that at all.
No, that didn't happen. Yeah, it did. I can talk, like, all of my siblings will tell you this happened.
Yeah. Just like things you're like, man, that's kind of fucked up. But
yeah,
again, we try to improve based on what we saw. We're like, oh, I'm not going to do that. But that's only if we're conscious of it.
Yeah.
And I feel that
subconscious reacts in the way that is just habitual or patterns in your mind. Yeah. And it's like, this is what my mind has patterned to do.
Yeah.
And so if you can take a step back and get out of your pattern with something like, you know, Tropicana Cherry.
Yeah, and I would even also go out on a limb on this just because the experience we're having right now. This is my first time trying this one. You've had this for a while, so you're just like, yeah, bro, welcome. It's all warm inside.
It is warm.
It is. It's awesome, but it's this. Think about using this with an e-rig and a concentrate. I would highly recommend it as a concentrate. I think flower would be awesome. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm thinking just from the delivery and the amount. And what's great about dabs that I used to be averse to because it looked like a bad science experiment with...
Well, at the same time, I was heating them up with a dab or like a torch.
Yeah, with that flow torch, like that thing with Squidward.
Yeah.
Over there. It's like...
Whole different thing then.
Like that flame coming out. Like it's intense. Glass turning hot, like orange to red. And you're like, motherfucker. But it is something that is to be enjoyed through a concentrate. I think that the flavors you'll appreciate. And you're not having to use a ton. You can use just a little bit at first and just move it up gradually. It's best part of the world with a cart, but it's also...
you found, if you don't really increase your dose, you don't have to.
No.
You're almost a decade or a decade into cannabis use again.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, your dose isn't crazy high.
No, still not. And I mean, there was tiny bit. And
Pulled out the
I'm
smallest amount.
feeling great. Like it's
Mhm.
awesome. This rig here, you know, and I keep trying new ones. Like I would say this is a different type of rig for me that I really, really enjoy. Even though it's got the whole, you know, wipe it in there. You figure out your own way to do it. That's the quickest way. At first, it's very weird and cumbersome.
Yep.
And you're like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like,
But it's just adapting to the new product because you're
Right.
not used to using wax and going like, what? How?
yeah, I would say, you know, checking out the Zenco for those who, if you are a concentrate person, that is like, that should be your go-to. It's just so easy.
It's really convenient. I really love, I just like how it looks. It's a piece that I don't feel bad leaving out on a table.
Yeah, it doesn't look like if you left a bong out, like people come by going, really? But you left that out going,
Not
that's
all bongs.
No.
There's some bongs coming
Like,
that companies
whoa.
are sending us that look more just like a decorative piece.
Yeah. Oh no, we've got some of those already. They're just gorgeous, right? From Canna style.
Oh, not those. I mean other ones.
Oh, I
You'll
know,
have
I
to-
know.
But I love the Canna style
Yeah,
ones
because
too.
it just got so much artistic flair to it.
Yeah.
But, you know, I appreciate that type of stuff. But it's seriously like this here. This is that in between where you're like, I don't know if I can do flower, and carts make me feel like I'm smoking a cigarette. Like,
Well-
what's in the in between? This looks like a science experiment.
And the cool thing I like with the Zenco is you can just put a straw down in and sip it out of a straw. If you
Yeah.
feel like, hey, I don't want to do
All of it.
all of that, just sip a straw in. And you can do a little bit at a time.
Yeah, and dose it.
Yeah.
That's what I love about concentrates is that it's really quick onset.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you get hit by it, you can know right away, is this too much or is this just right amount? What I had in there is just the right amount. That's insane. It was a tiny little spot and I'm feeling great.
Well, and there's probably a little bit more in there still to use.
Guaranteed.
So,
And I will use that. I just like it. Now it's a little bit heady for me. Just kind of heavy up top, but not like I'm sleepy, just like jostling.
like weighted almost.
That's what I was talking about with that millisecond delay, like in my eyes, like.
Okay. That's
So I mean, that was way slow. Then I'd be like, and then, but this is really good. This is a really good let that shit go strain. All right. Like Pete Davidson talking about, like he loves to get high and go drive.
What?
Yeah, he goes, you know why? Because it's awesome. Because before you'd be like all mad, but then there you're like, all right, well at least we're in this together, right? You're just optimistic, and you know you make friends in traffic over there.
my
You get to the
gosh.
red light, and the guy next to you are like,
Right.
and he's
Well,
like,
it makes so much more sense because I
know
hate-
you're an angry driver sometimes.
Well, because everyone here are horrible drivers. We have some of the worst drivers in the country.
But I think why we say it, it's just everybody's trying to get there. And I think like I am so much more of a passive driver than I've ever, thanks to cannabis. Literally, my wife gets frustrated sometimes because I'm just like in this one lane. And I'm like, I don't see any reason why we should go 75 or 80. I think 70 is a great mileage and I just want to cruise.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't care. I'm like, I'm going to get there eventually. The fact that I'm flying in this 2-ton machine down a road at crazy amounts of speed,
Mhm.
that is a miracle in itself.
It's this consciousness that's just blasting down
Yeah.
the road.
All of these thoughts brought to you by marijuana.
Mhm.
So it's,
You're welcome.
Seriously. I mean, it's just coming out like that's the way I feel. Like, I'm like, yeah, I don't get mad driving ever. If somebody desperately needs to get in there and they're like pushing to get in, I'm like, oh, no problem. I just back up. It's like a lunch line. Like, obviously you're hungrier than I. So, dude, please go ahead. But old person of who I was a very, very angry person. I grew up during a violent time, and it was violence, not necessarily just physical violence, but a lot of like,
Well, people were assholes.
yeah. Now people are scared to be assholes, kind of. You just have to be an asshole on their terms.
Yeah.
In order for things to be okay.
Yep.
Right?
Pretty
Oh,
much.
you don't like this. Well, guess what? You like this. So they kind of cancel each other out. So we're cool. But this lets things go. I love that. I love that idea that I can just let this go. But yeah, this is amazing.
It is amazing. I really enjoy this experience. I feel like if you haven't checked out Tropicana cookies, Tropicana Cherry,
Tropicana Cherry. Yeah.
go check it out because I think this has been one of my favorites in a while.
Yeah, I would say this goes up there in my top 5. This would be like
unicorn piss or cheetah piss.
Yeah, cheetah piss is number 2. This would be a number 3.
Like
my number 1 is always it typically, if I have it, is jet fuel. Jet fuel is my favorite sativa, just for creativity's sake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I really enjoy it. But not to say like, pineapple is always amazing. But I seriously like, this would be up there, like number 2. Hell, it could take number 1. I don't know. They don't fight. They're just always like,
they're all happy up there anyway.
It's more you, man.
It's
Come
more
here.
like a circle
I know.
than it is like a list. And they're all just up there smoking together.
I know.
It's cool.
It's
Come
cool.
on, bro.
Come on up, bro.
You can hang out.
Where are the
We're
other
outside
boxes?
here.
Why are you lower than me? What's going on?
They're like, we just said fuck it to the boxes. We sat on them. We're all around this fire here now smoking
we
joints.
actually turned the bigger one into the fire. Right? It's just like, why are we wasting this wood? We could be using it for warmth. It's just a box.
Yep.
Yeah, this straight definitely, it makes you feel like just real strong community kind of guy. You're like, hey man, I just feel good.
This would be an amazing church like strain.
Totally.
Yeah. Hang out with friends, have some like toking.
And even
concentrate.
Even your more, traditional churches too. Like, I would use this before going to church. I would probably be nicer to people.
Because then you are like, if you're feeling euphoric, uplifted, creative, maybe you are going to spark those conversations that bring in more people.
Yeah, or maybe it's helping you open up.
Yeah, because like we said even before we got on this, a lot of the times you go to meetings where people are just there for checking a box.
Yeah.
Versus actually being there to be present and be there.
To know people.
Yeah.
To connect. And that's something that's missing a lot right now in our world. And I think that by being able to leverage the power of the plant would really be able to put you in a better way. You don't have to be a stoner or act like a stoner.
No.
And if you are, well, don't go out. just stay at home. Don't go bother people. Hey man, look, I'm just gonna, the like weird, like it almost sounds like a balloon. Like that's what I imagine when hardcore stuff.
Beautiful.
Man, man, and I'm like, you can't even look out of your eyes. You're squinting all the time.
You're like, what do I know, bro? What do I know? I know you are way higher than you probably need to be right now.
Well, yeah, exactly. And hey, everybody, go check it out. Go to your local dispo. See if your plug's got it. If it's got it in concentrate, absolutely get it. It's fantastic. Go down the show notes. Check out the rigs that we were using in the show. Also, sign up for the giveaway. That's a lot of delicious drinks. Oh my goodness, I'm jealous. I don't even have that.
I know. Like
Tasty.
one of each.
Oh,
fantastic.
That grapefruit. I'm just
Let
keep
us know
thinking
how
about
they
it.
are.
Yeah. All right, guys. Leave a like.
Yeah. Leave a review.
Hey, we appreciate the hell out of you.
See you next week.